So 94 years. 94 years, that's how long it's been. And Scotland have never won in South Africa, never beaten the Springboks in South Africa in that amount of time. So, pretty intense statistic that. Let's see. If there's ever a time for them, wouldn't it be now? It's the Scotland team is not the team of the past in a lot of ways, and just comparing to sort of England, it's kind of like England used to be a bit of a heavyweight. Well, they always have been, and maybe I'm being a bit harsh just on last week's performance, but it's more like I'm more worried about Scotland, and it seems like they are more of the heavyweight these days. So Scotland last week beat Argentina as well in Cordoba. So that's pretty hard to do. Beating Argentina in Argentina, that's a big feat, and they're playing an exciting brand of rugby. So it really is something to look forward to. South Africa, we got 10 changes. We're still waiting for the Scottish team to be announced, really. So we'll see how that turns out and what team they choose. But it's going to be interesting. Let's see. We got Papier at 9, Andre at 10, and hopefully Finn Russell will be chosen as well. So that'll be a great matchup. And Willemse at 12. I love him at 15, love him at fullback. But I remember in that Wellington test match, that famous one from last year, where we just that outstanding performance from the box. Willemse was also at 12 for that game. So, I think he's actually, the game he had last week was just amazing. And I love seeing him at fullback, but, just to have the versatility and excitement of him being there at 12 is going to be pretty awesome. And we've got Buan Fenta there, and he plays for Edinburgh, so there's an interesting connection. So he plays his rugby there for Edinburgh in Scotland, and now scrumming down for the Boks. So he'll be scrumming against some of his club mates, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Hopefully Russell will be back. I know he had a calf injury, so calf strain, so he'll be back for this match. So let's see. And exciting with Tui Pelotu also in the center. How that's going to go against Creel and Willemse. So that'll be a pretty interesting matchup. Yeah. Ambrose Papier, he's been 8 years out of the Bok mix. So just bashed down the door and worked his way in. A little bit of luck in the timing. That's how it works. We just had, I know Rassie Erasmus spoke about it. It's not that he's been playing badly, but we've had, Faf de Klerk, we've had Kobus Reinach, we've just had such awesome scrum halves that it's just been very hard to get in that mix. And now he's got his opportunity and he's playing with his teammate, Andre Pollard. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see how that pans out. And let's see with the altitude at Loftus, Pretoria, it's going to be it's going to test the lungs. So let's see. I think the Springboks will run again and bash up front as they always do. And I think this is going to be a very exciting game. Probably a lot of tries as well. Let's see. I think the Boks will win. I do think they'll win. I don't think it'll be as comfortable as the England game. Even though we're testing things out, if this was a World Cup final, Rassie wouldn't be choosing this team. This is more about building the depth. But nevertheless, very exciting. It's just going to be a great game. Nice to see Evan Roos there. He's also just been playing so well. So he's kind of worked his way into the mix. So hasn't really stamped his mark in the Springbok sense of things when he's got his chance. So now he's really got a chance to get that go forward momentum, that the Springbok team loves. We thrive off that power game from the number 8, driving forward, like Jasper Wiese does. Like, he gets the ball and he just bashes it up, and that just seems to galvanize that Springbok spirit that we have. So we need Evan Ress. Yes, it's nice also to do a couple of passes, couple of moves, but we really need him to just take that ball and hit that line hard, kind of bash that team down, break them down, and lead from the front. So some interesting matchups there. Let's see how it all goes. And yeah, we'll wait for the team announcement for Scotland, and then I'll probably do another preview. So yeah, if you did like this video, please give it a follow. It's a new channel. Nick watches rugby. I love rugby. So yeah, here all the way in the United States. I'm South African, but yeah, I've been living here for about 8 years. And yeah, everything else is kind of far away, but I follow rugby very, very diligently. I follow the Springboks. I love it. So I'm going to the game, the New Zealand game, New Zealand Springboks. So that's cool. Just booked that yesterday. Going there with my wife in Baltimore here in the US. So that's a bit of a once in a lifetime chance. The stadium looks huge, so I'm sure there'll be a lekker vibe there. So thank you, and we will see you again.